those waters, but you know, I don't need to tell anybody about anything. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
We're talking about
forget about all of that.
Refreshing beverage. Still waiting on YouTube. We'll be there in no time, but we're definitely up here on the Facebooks. And you need to open a separate page for your personal because people.
My personal Facebook. Since it seems to broadcast both places these days.
Like 2-3 weeks ago, you discovered that there's this whole conversation going on your personal page. You're like, what? What? So you take a look. Oh, there's a lot of people commenting.
Let's go find my timeline.
I mean, we think we're on 2 platforms. We're actually on 15. And,
there it is. Boom. Hi, Emily.
Hello.
Emily's on my personal Facebook.
So glad to see you. We like to catch you where you are.
Exactly.
Because, hey.
Jennifer, hello. And Peter, hi.
Peter.
Janice, yay. Lisa and Errol,
Happy
hello.
Wednesday.
Satellite, hi. Mom, hi.
Well, hello.
All right, I think we're caught up.
I think we're pretty good.
Steve, hello.
Yep. We got a happy Wednesday already. Thank you, Deborah. And I'm thinking to myself,
oh my gosh, thank
people
you.
used to say happy hump day. And I'm thinking,
Steve, hi.
These days with many people just working from a home office situation, is there a hump day anymore?
Julie
or is it just sort of
and
like
Brent,
a
hello.
rolling day that we, each one is kind of like the rest.
All right.
Hard to say.
Oh, I'm happy. Okay, good. People are here.
People are here? Well,
so many of our favorite people are here.
Yes, absolutely.
Yay, I'm happy to see you.
As long as we have this substantial number of people, which haven't already, I can actually drop a bomb on you.
The playlist.
Here's a playlist. Spotify. Go check it out.
That's right.
Big fun. A hazy shade of winter. Dun, dun, dun,
so
dun,
a lot of those songs,
whoops.
You got to drop it on.
Copyrighted.
You got to drop it on YouTube as well.
Okay, all you YouTube folks.
A lot of those songs
playlist
are on people's Christmas albums, but I didn't use any Christmas songs.
No
They're
Christmas
all
songs.
Winter songs.
She vetted this very carefully, discovering that an excellent title like In the Bleak Midwinter, which we pretty much
is a Christmas song.
It's a Christmas song.
So I didn't use it.
Whereas Jingle Bells is not. How about that?
Nope.
Apparently written originally to be sort of like a Thanksgiving
Bill.
song. Huh.
Hey! Oh my gosh. Okay, good. This is fun. All right.
Now, how about that? What's up with that screen there?
What screen?
Yeah, we got the screen hovering around her.
I don't know.
Make that big. Make it big.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right.
There we go.
All right.
Steve.
Okay.
Emily and Bill.
It just wouldn't be Wednesday without tech issues.
Just trying to figure out where things are. We have people in 2 different places on Facebook. We just need to catch you where you are so we can talk to you.
Right.
Otherwise, we sound like we're ignoring
Whether
you.
you're on my timeline
We're not
or
ignoring you.
the VLK page or
AJ.
on YouTube. Hello, AJ.
Thanks for chiming in.
All right. Okay, good.
So I just dropped the Spotify playlist on all of you, wherever you are. Check it out. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't drop it on the other Facebook page. There we go.
Oh, that's right.
Boom,
okay.
boom, boom, boom.
See?
There we go, folks. 3 different places. Go check it out. It's there for you to listen to through tunes when
so
you got
much
it.
to remember.
Spotify is still free for the basic version. I don't think that your order will play that way, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's just she chose a fantastic
Abra, hello.
tunage. Good stuff.
Janice, oh my gosh. The Christmas.
Please.
Okay, here's something about Christmas around here. The big tree is still up, but I redecorated it, and now it's the January tree.
We may need to do an episode about.
Yeah,
January
we will.
tree.
We'll do a video of the January tree because it's quite pretty and it's completely different than it was at Christmas. And then we have one of the pink trees is still up, and that's the Valentine's Day tree.
It was until just mere days ago the Elvis tree. However,
no, the Elvis tree was over there.
It was over there. Oh,
gold.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. That used to be the TV tree.
It was the classic TV tree.
Yeah. How many trees do you have? Well, the question is asked. I didn't actually get around to counting them before they came down this year. Oh,
I try to count them, and I'm not a counter. I lose focus very quickly, so
I would have done it, but I was doing
at
many
least
other
50, but not 50 big trees. No. This house is tiny.
Some of them are this big.
Probably, I would say we have 4 full. No, I think it was 5 this year with Glendora's tree.
Oh yeah, like 4.
5.
4 basically full-size trees. That meaning like 4 feet and up, because the main tree is more of a 6-footer, I think.
Yes.
And the Glenny tree, which was actually donated to us by one of our local
fans, by Sharon,
was that. Actually, in the package,
that was bigger than
looked like it was about a 3-foot tree, and then
and then we
it's 2 parts. And suddenly put it together, it's more like a
Steve.
4 or a 5. So
Steve likes my fascinator.
Hello.
Thank you.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
I got that from Rocket Betty.
Yeah.
At Ohana.
So.
All right. Okay, Lori's, hi.
Hello, hello. So good to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Jen, hello.
We got some love for Foreigner there.
Oh, Lisa loves Foreigner. I did. Cold as ice.
Cold as ice.
Yeah, of course. You know?
Hello. There we go.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
I'm thinking to myself, what's the Foreigner song about winter? Oh, what?
Cold as ice. Well, you know.
I'm willing to sacrifice. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh, Sandy's tree's still up. Okay, good.
Oh.
I think a lot of our friends' trees are still up. I think that's great.
You know, I think a lot of people just feel like keep it going. We do too. You know, it used to be come around January 3rd, it's like it's time for it all to come down. And then what took you maybe, 7 to 14 days to put up has to come down in one day. And it's insane. It's absolute craziness.
It was never one day. It would be like a day and a half. But I just, I can't handle the mess.
Once you started with the trees.
All the ornaments off. I'm like, if they're off, they're going into a box because I can't look at
Suddenly there'll be a stack of boxes and it's like, get off the main floor.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you.
Oh, Scott, hello. Yep. Thank you. Yeah. Lazy. Oh, no, I crack a beer, too, whenever possible.
You know
crack
something?
A beer.
You know something? We keep beer on hand, and I crack a beer. And I would never tell anybody here, oh, you need to do what we're doing. It's merely a suggestion. And if you're like, oh, I want to sit down and get something fast, a beer is a great idea, you know?
Oh, Larice, we still have some of our, just the string lights outside are still up. Oh, Julie still has her Barbie tree up. I love the Barbie tree. Oh, yeah. Our string light, we had a bunch of blow molds outside that were very specifically Christmas. I was like, I really got to get those down.
With the soldiers and the candles. We have a collection of candles, most of which came to us for the princely sum of $0. And they go up and they keep lit and they're looking good. I actually redid the power out there this year and it's better than it was.
Jen, I love that.
I thought it was better than it was.
She still has one ornament left.
After 2020.
Yep. I would keep that up too.
You know, essentially, this tree has been up since
Halloween.
Yeah, since late September, I guess.
Yeah, because they did. It was Halloween,
2nd.
And then it was Thanksgiving. Then it was Christmas. Now it's January.
If you haven't seen the Thanksgiving tree, you can go to YouTube and see. I believe about 2 hours worth of it a couple years ago, and then we did another one this year. So because it was a different Thanksgiving tree.
It was shorter, but
it was shorter video there. But it's a great thing to play in the background when you're doing Thanksgiving, which will be upon us in a mere 11 months. So
oh my God,
think about time flying. Good grief.
Shorter than that.
Oh. Yeah, really, it is shorter than that.
Shorter than that.
Craziness.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about Christmas. I'm like, oh, it'll be time to decorate for Christmas again in like 10 and a half months or so.
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving would be, decorating for that would be 9.5 months.
My eyes just got wide. Bang! There's a thought for you folks in no time at all.
VP, our tree and decorations are still up. I love it.
You know, I think many people are just thinking, hey, let this ride.
Well, we started doing the January tree because last year I got so depressed. I was like, I don't want to take it down.
Do it.
So we're like, you know what? We'll do January.
Yeah. So the ornaments, the Christmas ornaments go off because they're very specific and special. We want them to come out once a year and be good for that. And then a different set goes up. Some of them get reused because they're pretty wintry without being very specifically Christmas.
Laurice, I think you need to... I think we need it this year. I think people need it. You need that tree up. You need something.
Need the lights.
Hi, Terry.
The exterior lights are still out there. I'm leaving them for a bit. I'll take them down eventually, but they look nice. And
exactly.
the entire block, which was looking pretty well lit, is now pretty deserted. So it has a deserted look about it. I decided to do something about that. So
yes, Janice, we do need to start planning for spring and summer. Yeah. We have a sort of a palm, like a, I don't know what you would call it, a tinsel palm tree. Maybe we can move it in here
that's a good idea.
When summer rolls around.
It's one of those pre-lit things that all burned out and was really depressing. So I took one afternoon and tore off all the old lights and put on some LEDs. So that should be good for a while.
Oh.
Now it's a lit up artificial
Chloe,
palm
that's
tree.
so sweet. I love that. Boyfriend took it down.
Hey.
Yeah, we did require a little more Christmas this year.
Yeah, seriously.
Completely.
We still need a little Christmas right this very minute.
Yeah, you know, Laurice, here's the thing. I've got to put them up earlier next year because, like, I don't want to interfere with Thanksgiving. So I'm like, well, because I decorate for Thanksgiving, but then I'm like, after Thanksgiving, it's such a nightmare to try to get everything up for Christmas that I think I'll just do it earlier next year.
Start earlier. There's a suggestion too.
I love the Mardi Gras tree.
That's great.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. It's easy enough to collect those, and it's easy enough to simply buy them from the party store and bang, zoom. There you go, instant decor. It's a good idea. It's fun. North Kakalaki.
Quaint little drinking town with a fishing problem. I love it.
Classic. Sounds like Roscoe, New York.
Good to see you.
Roscoe, of course, has a distillery and an excellent local brew pub. So it's like, yeah, I think they're perfectly well set for fishing.
I think it's drink time.
I think so too.
We've been on for 11 minutes and we haven't made a drink yet.
One, you know? Here we have audience members saying, gee, I just cracked a beer. You know, yeah, you're smart. You cracked a beer.
I know.
I'm sitting here dry. Look at me.
I could have had a beer in the time this took.
That's the smart man right there.
I could have had a beer in the time it took to sail this.
First of all, you need some rye.
Oh, no, I'm starting with this one.
Oh, this? Okay. First of all, you need some...
No, you know what? I'm going to start with the rye. I take it back.
Rye's coming your way.
All right, I'm doing 2 variations, thank you, on a drink this evening. And I'm changing 2 of the ingredients and keeping 2 the same. Well, actually, I haven't added bitters. Which? Can you add... No, you know what? I will. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst. There we go.
All right.
Rye is a good place to start with things. It is much more available now than it had been for a long time. When we first started doing this here cocktail thing on this actual bar, I think the only brand you could readily find was Overholt. Although Overholt's still being made. I forget which distillery. Still available. Reputable rye. And then suddenly the demand kicks up and now every whiskey distillery is making a rye. To the point where, like, even sort of ordinary shelf brands are kind of priced up because the supply is low. There's a lot of demand. And, like, the really stratospheric stuff is very, very high priced. Is it good? I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is. We've never purchased it, but I'm sure it's great.
We know a few liquor reps, and I'd really love to be leaning over their shoulder when somebody cracks a $400 bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. I'll take a shot of that.
Wait.
Yeah. I'd be interested in that.
Ooh, I made an Applejack cocktail. Yummy.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie says Al Bundy left his lights up all year. Just plugged them in. That's like Chan's Dragon.
Chan's Dragon. Unfortunately gone. Oh, gee.
They left their Christmas decorations up.
They were just up.
For years. Yes. Yeah.
Fair amount of burned out lights.
And then the random Valentine's Day decoration, too.
Really, it was really great.
Hey, Dan.
I do miss Jan.
Good to see you.
Hey, Dan. I really wish that somebody out there would win the Powerball, and it ought to be me, which means I'd have to play it. Because then I would just buy the lease on all of these places and find some restaurateurs and say, you want to operate a Chinese restaurant? With a lot of tikis. Because, New Jersey right now is kind of hurting for such things. And it had the remaining collection of great places locally. Man, they literally had 4 or 5 places at one point, and now, is Lee's open? Doing takeout? You have one place that might be dispensing. Chance is closed. Lunois has closed temporarily. I'm hoping that temporarily is with a capital T. And otherwise, you go into Staten Island, which I hope they're still walking.
I hope they're still open.
We were there literally 1 year ago, and they were doing fine.
Oh my gosh!
Really great place. That's Jade Island.
Jade Island rocks.
January tree. Well, January tree has a lot of white and silver ornaments.
It has white lights. Yeah, it has all white lights. And the ornaments tend to be sort of white and blue
snowflakey,
and clear.
Sparkly.
And it has a lot of snowflakes on it and such.
And you've got those like crystal apples. They're sort of like, what kind of plastic am I thinking of?
Lucite?
Maybe lucite, that kind of thing. They're made of. They
Steve's having a Moscow Mule. Dano, hello.
Yeah.
Jefferson's Ocean Cask is better than Pappy's. Oh my gosh! Well, wow. Okay.
There you go.
Good to know.
The opinions are being delivered. I am glad to hear such things because I'm interested to try them all.
Oh, Chloe's winning the Powerball tonight.
Oh, hello.
Just FYI.
Well, hey, when you get that, put it to good use, please.
Oh my gosh, I gotta finish. I
know you will.
I gotta finish a drink.
You're yakking away.
I know.
You're not making
2 ounces of rye.
Not making your goal yet.
And then I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of blackberry liqueur.
Blackberry liqueur. You've got the one.
I've got Marie Brizard.
Brizard. Oh, very reputable brand. Recommended.
Now I hope this doesn't become gross. You'll see why in just a minute.
You're gonna find out. That's the fun part of the fun part.
I'll find out.
Yep.
Because I was going to do 2 variations on this. So if the first one's gross, I gotta change my whole plan.
Hello, Tiberius, up on YouTube. I've just a reminder, folks, I've dropped that Spotify playlist above. It will probably start to disappear as comments come in. Just scroll up, grab it if you want to listen to a little Spotify.
And then I'm going to do a half ounce of white chocolate.
White chocolate liqueur. This is the one from
Trader
Vic's. That's actually the only one I know of, but I bet there are others.
I think probably Godiva or something would have one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not sure how the creamy is going to play with the lemon juice I'm about to add.
Interesting.
We'll find out.
I'm not entirely sure that's cream in there, so you may be okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's actual cream.
Actual cream would be contraindicated.
Yes. So 3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon juice, and then 3 dashes of ginger bitters.
There we go. I like these ginger bitters a lot. I think they come in a large bottle, which is good because we use them and it's getting down.
All right. Ice is over here.
Ice over there.
Pardon me.
Boom, 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 boom.
Just using my hands because I'm in a hurry. It doesn't seem to be curdling.
That's BP notes. If you want to win the Powerball, just ask for the winning numbers when you buy your ticket.
I'm sure they love that at the store.
Yeah, sparkling brute.
Lisa, I'm jealous.
Now you're talking. Always room for bubbles. Yeah, I mean, when you actually get a good snow cover, it's good to have some light poking through that. You know, it's a good idea. And we'll get it. We've already gotten it, and we'll get it again.
That's hilarious. I got to give that a laugh. All right. Of course, it takes an hour and a half to bring up the reaction on here.
Yeah. No fault of anybody but our computer folks. Nope. Or YouTube or whomever. Oh, this is Facebook. I will blame the platform.
Facebooks.
Blame the platform.
Yeah, the Facebooks and the YouTubes.
Facebooks and YouTubes.
All right, let's see what we did here.
What have you done?
Oh, made a lot.
Yeah,
okay.
Quite a bit there. Yeah. Bonus bits. It has acquired that delightful beige color that you get from time to time. And you go, it's beige.
Beige.
It's grayish. A lovely sort of thing. But that's just color, not flavor.
Oh, it's good.
Hey, how about that? How about that? I was thinking you've got a chocolate berry thing going on here.
Woo!
So
it's good.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, good, because I'm doing a variation on that later.
It's complementing and being complemented by the whiskey base. So that's nice.
Yeah, I'm going to do, spoiler alert, I'm going to do tequila next time. And a different liqueur. So.
And so.
We'll see. All right, but yay, that worked.
I am glad.
Woo.
So.
I'd hate to waste all that liquor.
From time to time, on occasion, we make certain things around the lounge that are experimental, and we try them, and they don't work. And at that point, I call them what they are, drain cleaner, and then we move on. And sometimes we change one ingredient, and suddenly it pops right into place.
Oh my gosh, Larice, make sure you share your video.
Drop it right there.
Oh, speaking of chocolate.
Yeah, you would like this one.
Yes.
And these ingredients are easily found. I think you should. You have decent liquor stores in your neck of the woods. You should be doing okay. But definitely. So,
well, this is yummy.
Ramble back on. Yeah. Yummy sort of thing. Actually, this is done for. Away.
Relaxing.
Oh, how nice. We started out this whole thing talking about refreshing, and that is very refreshing.
Yes. And I needed to chill.
Well, it's a long work day. It started early for us. It went all the way through. And after your work was done, we set up and we shot some video because work around here.
I know.
But when you get these things taken care of, then you actually have the ability to relax the next day, or you've got it done so you can edit it and
nope.
let it go.
I got a 3-hour class tomorrow night.
Got a 3-hour class.
I'm not.
That's the thing.
I'll be relaxing.
This will be very familiar to Larice because you're doing this, absolutely.
Yes, Larice.
You and Julie are absolutely
prawn squares.
Oh, hello.
Yes,
hello.
That one.
That sounds pretty awesome to me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's getting a little wet over here.
All right, so
as usual, bar gets sticky.
I'll wipe my side of the. I'll keep my side of the street clean.
Don't mind if you do. Let me make this nice and flat. And I'll take another belt of this just to ensure that the quality level is still up.
While you're doing that. Here's us trying to keep the bar clean.
It's quite nice.
I know it's a lost cause, but
if you actually keep ahead of it, you do okay. You do quite all right. always clean the bar before we do these things, and then afterwards because.
Should see this place after a live video.
And I'm probably about to get it a little stickier because I am going to actually do a, not a sugar rim, but a rim on a glass. So we're starting off, I decided to go with a single old-fashioned style glass.
You're going to do a rim on a, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Definitely.
Thank you, Laurice.
Okay. And I'm using
be sure to watch Laurice's video that she just dropped.
Using some interesting ingredients that we've had for a while and haven't used much, but I said, oh yeah, let's definitely do that. Now this is a great way to start a rim on a glass is take a half of your spent lemon or lime.
Now, which one is this?
And this is...
This isn't...
I'm making this as we speak.
Oh, okay.
Come to think of it, yeah. This is
all right.
Fresh.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, that is fine.
So...
Okay, watch out for seeds, particularly with
rim
limes.
A glass.
Okay. I am rimming this. Yeah, I said the lime on air. With espresso powder. This is a baking good that comes to us from King Arthur Flour. You can get this mail order too. This is just finely ground espresso, really intense.
Makes a really good rim.
Makes a good rim. We have determined that, and they're recommending this to pump up your chocolate. I remember years ago you actually found a recipe for brownies that involved like a teaspoon of instant coffee, and yeah, that really does work.
Yes, it does.
So let's get that rim going.
All right. Dying to see what you're going to do here. We actually didn't talk about this one, so we're all finding out together.
Well, we all, wouldn't you like to know?
Okay.
Now, the nice thing about the espresso powder is it tends to stick pretty well and not fall off. When you salt
since
the
it's
rim,
powder
since
and
it's
not
powder,
sugar.
when you salt the rim, like for the margarita, frequently you put the glass down and it starts falling off, and it's like, there you go. Now, I'm going to fill the glass with ice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good place to start, I would say.
Fill with ice.
This is a built-in glass.
Ah.
You could definitely make this one in a cocktail glass, shake and strain. You could certainly shake and pour into this style of glass.
You can do that with most drinks, actually.
Most drinks you can really do it. There, a lot of drink formulas out there will say you can serve this up or on the rocks, including things like martinis. And you're thinking to yourself, a martini with all that ice in it? It's not the way I would go.
People do martinis on the rocks. I mean, not that much now, but it's a thing.
It's a thing. It's been done. The issue that I have with that is it's going to start diluting your martini. So it might inspire you to drink it faster, which is not really the idea with a martini. You want to take that.
It depends on the day you've had.
It might also depend on where you are. I've had these things in the tropics, and at that point, you want to have that half glass that nests in a base of ice, so that you're just constantly keeping it cold because it'll start heating fast. And there's not much.
Hi, Amy.
Not much worse than a warm martini. You really want those icy. So here we go.
Yeah.
Hello.
I agree. Not much is worse than a warm martini.
Happiness is not a warm martini.
No.
So take it from me. Here we go. We're starting out with our powder.
You have rimmed.
So far I've rimmed and I've got a glass of ice. Very exciting. Let's actually move on with secret ingredient is, we just picked this up a while ago, maybe a couple of weeks, Ocean Spray Brew. This is cranberry blueberry with cold brew coffee, real fruit juice, a splash of real cold brew coffee, caffeine from green coffee, antioxidants, naturally sourced energy, no added sugar, no preservatives. Oh, that's exciting. Let's give this a shake. First thing we got to do is try this out. Basically, it just smells like the juice. But we haven't had this, so let's see what we've got here.
All right.
This is very full, too, so be careful.
Thank you.
I don't want to mess up the bar.
It looks like a drink.
Looks like a drink. It already looks like the color that you just poured into a cocktail glass.
I know. All right.
Sans the cream. That tastes like as advertised.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
At first I was like, this is going to be too sweet because it smells like
Nope.
It smells like a pixie stick, but
I think that's just being enhanced by the coffee, but you definitely got all of those flavors in there.
Yep.
And there's caffeine in it too.
Yeah, Peter, warm martini.
Oh. A warm Manhattan, same.
Ugh.
Same. You know, once it starts warming up, you got to slug that down or like ice it again. Ask the bartender to shake it again and re-pour. Now,
they love to do that for you.
They just love to take care of you like that. We'll start with 2 ounces of this in the glass. This is, once again, the Ocean Spray Brew. I don't know if there's varieties of this on the shelf. I think you found this and said that was interesting, so you picked it up.
Okay. But I will find out. Oh. And I'm going to make this a vodka drink. Oh boy.
Highly appropriate for the winter season here. And 1.5 ounce of the vodka.
Okay. So far, it's sort of light.
It is sort of light. Is this lime or is this lime?
That is lime.
Lime. Okay, so I'm adding, back to this side of things. And let's add 1/2 ounce of the lime.
Okay.
Let's see where we get with this. And I'm going to move on to some Marnier. How about 1/2 ounce of that too? Okay. You might need to up the sour on this because we also have a sweet juice. Will. But there we go.
Okay.
While we're at it, I think I'll add some orange bitters because I want to punch out that orange flavor.
Okay. How many dashes?
2 dashes. There we go. Okay. And I'll take a stir stick.
Oh. Pardon me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. Do you need a straw? Oh, I guess you're gonna. Since you have a rim, you're probably gonna.
I would ordinarily put one of our short straws in this. That fits this very well. It's actually bombilla, is what those straws are. And but I'm going to leave this as is because this is akin to a margarita. You could make this in a cocktail glass with that rim and enjoy it without the ice, and it would work fine. If you're doing it with ice, I recommend this style of glass.
Oh, satellite! I'm breaking our dry January. Oh, they're cranberry lemonade. Okay, all right. Jamie's saying their cranberry lemonade makes a solid Arnold Palmer. Okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
Call it a shaky putter. That's funny.
That's a good idea.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I would suspect that, too. That's you can do a lot of variations on that sort of thing. And at the end of the day, you know, the Arnold Palmer is a half and half. I saw some history on that. Apparently, he didn't invent it. He just liked it. And then people started attaching his name to it. And he was a little baffled. But then eventually he's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, why not?
It's what it is. But with something that simple as you can vary that up till kingdom come. You know, it's a good idea.
I always think of dry January. And I'm all for doing a dry month. But I always think, like, why would you do January? It's so cold and dark.
Why would you do one of the longer months?
I know.
Perhaps move 1 month out and you have a 28-day month. How about that?
I know. We're bad influence.
Give that a try.
Okay. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little light. Over time, I might vary that up a bit.
I like that.
But I like that.
I probably have espresso powder all over my face.
You do not.
Oh, good.
I'm kind of tasting it myself, so I feel that they're just getting around the corners of my mouth and all that. But
hi, Candace.
The powder is actually sticking very well.
Hello.
So you're able to get that flavor every time you take a drink of this. And it's not like you get a real heavy coffee hit. You're just getting some nice coffee flavor on the outside of this. And you're getting it within the drink itself. So, hey.
Ooh, fresh raspberries. Yummy.
Quite nice.
I love it.
Yeah. Please. Fresh berries. And at this point, you're getting them from places like Chile. I just saw some cherries on the shelf that said Chile the other day. And I thought,
really?
Yeah. How about that?
Oh my gosh, fresh cherries?
I'm thinking about, yeah, good. Because, of course, in that hemisphere, it is summer. I might
have to buy some of those.
I have one of my compatriots in work is currently in Buenos Aires, and he's like, yeah, it's 30 degrees Celsius here. I'm like, oh, yeah, look, don't cry for you, Argentina. And seriously, but things are in bloom, so what the heck? And if our supply of cocktail cherries runs low, we might just have to make some new ones.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Oh, so there we go.
I didn't do a twist in this.
Oh, you certainly could. You haven't killed it.
Next round, I forgot I was going to do some edible glitter. Next round.
That's right.
Edible glitter.
Now, did you get your dreg from the shaker?
Yes.
Yes.
My dreg.
Drinking the dregs.
Just drinking the dregs around here.
Places sounding classier by the minute. Hello. Oh, somebody always does, right?
I love it.
Seattle in the house. Hello.
I love it.
Oh, I'm looking again at that comment about the bubbly. Oh, I have this feeling like we could buy a case of bubbles a month and put it to good use, and I'd be okay with that, you know?
I went to the liquor store today. Did not buy a million things like I ordinarily do at the liquor store.
In the past 30 days,
I got out of there and I was like, I should have bought bubbles. Like, I felt really stupid because now someone's got to go buy bubbles.
Yeah,
right?
this is true.
I know these are our first world.
That's a first world problem if there ever is one. But you know something?
Oh, in Idaho, they're a product of Mexico, not Chile. That's so interesting. You know, like different parts of the country.
Yeah, working.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly, I think our limes are currently coming from Mexico. And frankly, they probably do all year long. Although there are certainly places in the country where you can grow limes. There are places where people can grow limes in their front yard.
People are growing them in their backyards.
Oh, man. Do I wish. Although I say that the greenhouse is still up back there, and it's maintaining. The herbs are doing okay. Tomatoes, everything.
Oh, my gosh, Peter. We got to add that to our list. Drinking the dregs. He keeps a running list of potential band names.
We get some great ones, you know. And I understand that Peter and the Test Tube Babies is already taken, but Drinking the Dregs is good.
Peter and the Test Tube Babies.
Yep. English band. Drinking the Dregs sound like they belong on Rum Bar Records. Oh, yeah. But definitely.
Drinking the Dregs. Oh, Rum Bar Records. Yay.
Oh, yeah. We've done a number of Rum Bar shows, and undoubtedly we will do one again in the future as time goes on and things happen. They're releasing things up a storm. I mean, every time Lou gets in touch, he's like, let's do a show. Suddenly there's like 6 more CDs. It's just it's great stuff. A lot of fun. And I was listening to something new to me just the other day, which was Nick Lowe and Los Straitjackets. I think that's just about a year and a half old by now. There's an EP of songs that are really good songs. And got it for Christmas on a record. Oh, boy. Yeah, sounds really good.
We got a new one. Oh, my gosh. Where is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on.
Right here.
We got a new one to show you.
Moment, please. Mm-hmm.
We haven't gotten permission to use it yet, but we just got this in the mail. The instrumental stylings of Louis Bailey.
I don't know if Louis is tuned in tonight.
So it's really, really good.
Frequently be found around these parts. I love this cover.
And it's on blue vinyl. So
I love this cover. Really has a vintage look about it.
Oh, yeah.
And the font is really cool. The recording is stellar. And it's really pressed well. I just gave it a spin today.
It's so good.
Sounds gorgeous.
So...
And
we gotta see if we can use it on the show, but if we can, we'll
see what we can do. I will say this is a typical case of, a man from a surf band who, of course, was in 4 or 5 other surf bands, and this is a collection of material over the course of about 15 or 20 years, actually. So he just took some of the creme de la, put a collection together, and pressed it on vinyl. And it's limited edition. We'd have to inquire with Louis if he's actually managed to run down that in stock on them, but it may well be available, and I recommend it. It's actually a really, really fun record.
BP says we just used the last of ours from our tree. Oh my gosh. They were yellow and they tasted like limes. Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Still tasted, but definitely.
Limes can be grown indoors. Yeah.
Yep.
I wish we could. We can't grow indoor plants.
More of a permanent greenhouse setup, and that would probably involve a heater of some sort. We could do the citrus.
Oh, new Out of Sights release. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay.
How about that?
Charlie loves Los Straitjackets. I know, right?
And the Pontanis.
Oh, yeah.
The Straitjackets with the Pontani combo is pretty damn killer. I think, did we see that once? I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Okay. In Brooklyn, I mean.
And Ryan says we were out picking juniper berries. Oh, my gosh.
Really?
Wow.
Well, you know what you can do with juniper berries, of course. You can make your own Genever. Mm-hmm.
I know.
Fun idea.
Well, I've never tried it myself.
It's very easy to take a number of commonly found botanicals and make your own gin. And you could infuse those things. You can infuse those things for a startlingly short period of time and get that nice gin flavor. I think there's a lot of interest in that sort of thing these days. So, I believe there's also a kit. Okay. Oh, Jay, Luce is only 200 press. Correct. Yeah, I forget. We got like number 64 out of 200 or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give you a review right now.
All right. Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
They might all be sold by the time we can do a video.
Geez, I hope that people are not going crazy about this for your sake. But for Lewis's sake, I hope he sells
it's great.
200.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's my review.
That's my review. I would say, look, excellent selection from his career as a surf guitarist. Really nice sound. I was getting excellent sound off of the LP here. It was just sounding like very clear and very punchy.
Jen gotta do your gin kit.
Oh yeah. It was a lot of fun. Especially since you could vary it up.
This is hilarious. Lisa says, we grew limes indoors that were great. We also grew oranges that tasted similar to stomach acid. They zested nicely. That's really funny.
Well, doesn't that remind you of the bitter oranges from Curacao? Like when the Spanish or Dutch, I guess the Dutch actually settled Curacao and planted orange trees. And the soil grew extremely bitter oranges. What do you do with this stuff? Well, they took the peel and they infused it in liquor and they made Curacao.
Exactly.
That's what they did, and that's where the Curacao gets its name. And still doing it on Curacao, as a matter of fact. Curacao from Curacao.
Oh, you made gin for Christmas gifts. That's great. I love that.
I'm so blue without you. Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. I want some.
The gift of liquor kind of keeps giving all year long.
Well, for the next 3 weeks anyway.
It's astonishing. We were doing the math earlier, and we do this math from time to time. What 750? How far that'll get you? Is this 750 or a liter? I can't even tell.
I need to look at the bottle.
I think it's a 750. Okay, so this is what used to be called a fifth, because a fifth is a fifth of a gallon. Why is there a fifth of a gallon and also a fourth of a gallon? I can't even begin to understand that sort of stupidity. But people still sell liquor in 750 ml bottles. Now, what is that in ounces anyway? About 24, which is, in fact...
12 drinks.
Yeah.
If you're doing 2 ounce pour.
That's 3 cups. 3 cups sounds like a lot.
I did that math in my head.
But, of course. 2 ounces per drink, boom, boom, is 12 drinks.
Yeah.
2 people, that's a week's supply.
Hi, Hugo.
And then you have to do something on Sunday. Wow, okay, so this doesn't last. Gotta tell you. Unless you have like 1 drink a week or something. And around here, that's implausible. We have a lot to do. We have to create things to demonstrate them here to show you so you have something to drink.
We have more than 1 drink a week.
We probably have more than 1 drink a week. Yeah. But you had your 1 drink.
I'm about to have more than 1 drink tonight.
You're about to have more than 1 drink tonight because that's getting awfully low. Oh, what a sad, sad thing. We will get rid of this thing.
Please remove that.
Yeah, it offends.
Thank you. All right, well,
so
I got to try my next variation.
You go. I don't know if you said hi to you.
I did.
Okay, I said hi to you, too.
All right, well, we both said hi.
Yep, but definitely. Ding, 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 ding,
For
ding,
my
ding,
next
ding,
round.
ding, 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 ding. Oh, copyright material. Sorry. It's talking about the playlist. Some really good stuff on there tonight.
I hope so.
I heard a few tunes. I thought great stuff.
I do my best.
Mm-hmm. I think you do better than that. You're virtually DJing every week with these lists, and they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I'm not a DJ.
No, but you play one on TV. Now, you need some tequila.
I also need a shaker.
Oh, yes, you do.
If you don't mind.
Wow, this is a big one. Buying
your
liquor.
We gotta try that.
Buying your liquor in 175s.
We have new tequila
also
to try.
a good idea. Let's do that. Yeah, show.
All right, let me get out some tasting glasses.
Should have brought my knife, but this actually has a nice zip strip, so
tasting glasses.
That's kind of happy. Oof, this is shredding all over the place.
My back is killing me today, so I will not be bending over for any shakers.
Yeah.
I was shooting a recipe for Friday's video, and
a lot of work.
Suddenly I was like, I can't move.
There you go.
Thank you.
A little bit of Luna Sul.
Yes, this is Luna Sul.
Basically, the way we like to do tequila around here, 100% agave, reposado. That's a great way to go.
1 drink a week. That's crazy talk. Makes me think of The Simpsons.
Crazy.
That's crazy talk. That's my cousin. Crazy talk.
My cousin, crazy talk. You can't say that. No, it's my cousin, crazy talk.
It's my cousin, crazy talk. All right, Luna Sul.
Nice nose.
I've never tried it before.
Definitely has that tequila smell, and it's got that
tequila
reposado tequila smell. Well, I was just reading something in one of the drink guides because I pulled up some classic formulas for drinks. And talking about tequila and like different varieties and all that sort of thing. And I'm thinking, you go back about 50 years and tequila had a really bad rep. But that's, and a bad rap. But that's because I think most of it was coming into the country very young, and a little harsh. But if you throw in a barrel...
That's interesting that you would say that, because...
If you throw in a barrel, let it age for a while, this is what happens.
I'm going to preface what I'm about to say with, I really like this.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm enjoying this.
Very smooth.
But it's got a kick. And I don't mean like the alcohol content. I mean like, it's got a little bit of a kick to the flavor.
Yep.
It's not smooth.
Yep.
I don't think it's smooth, which is fine with me because I love tequila. But
there's a very specific note.
How many agaves had to die?
Per 750 of tequila. Well, in that case, that's a 175. I don't know. There is a proportion though. The agave actually has to grow. The blue agave grows for I believe 5 years before it's able to be harvested. And then the humidor, and that's actually a brand of tequila. The
Peter
humidor
says we need a David Bowie.
Oh, interesting.
That face you pulled. I love tequila.
She loves tequila.
It was just funny. It was funny. I tried it and I was like, ooh, that's not like a reposado, but I like it.
So after 5 years, the agave piñas are ready to be harvested, and the humidor removes the leaves with a very specific blade.
It was Ziggy.
And it's this huge sort of pineapple-looking thing, and they take that in, and it gets all crushed up, and it sits there for several days and starts to ferment, and then they throw some yeast into it, and eventually you start making this sort of a beer, which originally would have been called pulque. And you start filtering that out and start distilling that, and you will eventually end up with your tequila.
Peter, there you go. Jamie had your back. Ziggy.
I'm calling that smooth.
You think that's smooth?
I'm calling that smooth. Because, it has the same kind of kick that I get out of brandy. And I maintain that, look, what are we talking about here? We're talking about a locally made brew. Really, it was made originally as a beer. The conquistadors come in, the monks come in, they're all skilled in making what? Brandy. And what do they distill? They distill brandy. So, they use the same technique, and what do they come up with? Tequila. Using locally made products. So I think that's what this is. So there's similarities there. It doesn't taste like brandy, but there's a note. There's a note there.
There's a note.
There's a note. Ounce of vodka, ounce of blue, and a couple ounces of fruit punch. Flip that croissant on the bottom. Oh my gosh. Ziggy played guitar. So
I guess I have to get my own shaker.
Absolutely not. We are done sampling. Now it's time for the shaker.
You're done sampling.
You're done sampling.
Thank you. I didn't mean to imply that I didn't like it. I liked it a lot.
Oh, no. You tequila is your go-to, generally speaking. So you need how many?
I need 2 ounces.
All right. Well, I will be glad to pour this for you since this is a little unwieldy.
Pour it for the little lady.
No,
I probably could have handled it myself. I'm just saying.
You could do it yourself, but
sadly,
I'm just helping out.
Thank you. I don't mind the help. Since I have my back.
Oh, yeah, please. We've got to protect your back.
Oh, God.
You all have to protect your backs. Just saying. Yeah, originally...
Kelly, won't let me turn the sound on. Okay, if anyone else is having trouble with sound, let us know. Although, if you're having trouble with sound, you probably can't hear us say
Just a minute. We can hear us, so I think we are definitely happening. If it's not happening on your end, something else is wrong. I'm sorry, I can't diagnose that.
I know.
Try another source. Like if you're on your computer, try your phone.
All right.
Or if you're on your TV, try your computer.
No, she says I think it's me.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. I wish you could hear us. So, but yeah, really, originally, who was making...
We have such fascinating things to say.
Who was making beer and liquor? The monks. And some of them still do it. Things like Benedictine, made by monks. Chartreuse, made by monks.
Oh, Suze can hear us. And hi, Suze.
Excellent. And by the way,
and
hello,
hi,
Suze.
Kelly.
And by the way, Suze, of course, is not just Suze. It's also a liquor. Yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right. People can hear us. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Glad to hear it. And,
glad to hear it.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Bye.
I always think of that too late.
The Rebel shot. Ounce of Jesse James bourbon and a quarter shot of North Carolina's Texas Pete. Woo! That's kind of rebel.
Boy.
Yep. That'll kind of do you. Okay. Well, I hope that you can figure it out, Kelly, because we're having a good time here, and I'm glad you're here.
Wait, hold on. All right. Tequila isn't Lisa's friend.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? If it's not your friend, I get it.
These things happen, and that's the fact. The Tequila Sunrise is basically a big tequila screwdriver with the grenadine added for special effects. So you can have a few of those, and if you get enough tequila, you'll start to feel loopy. And then you've got a lot of sugary stuff too. So it's like, so this is the thing with that. You know, it's a perfectly respectable drink, and it does have that effect. I like special effects in drinks, you know, but it's to be borne in mind. It's like, frankly, it's akin to a Harvey Wallbanger, which again is a really big shot of orange juice.
Oh, the white chocolate made you think of the Bowie cocktail.
It's in white too.
All right. I don't know the Bowie cocktail. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, okay.
I was thinking of innovating the Gene Genie myself, which is cross-reference to an Iggy cocktail. Oh boy.
Okay, so my second variation, I haven't named these yet, but my second variation.
Variation number 2 of the day. 2 ounces of tequila.
The first one had 2 ounces of rye and a half ounce of blackberry liqueur. So for this round, I'm doing 2 ounces of tequila, and I'm going to do a half ounce of Grand Marnier.
Grand Marnier.
And then everything else will be the same as the first round. So,
do you remember what was in the first round? You don't have to. We'll tell you.
I don't have to. I have it written down.
Oh, I'm talking to the audience.
Oh.
Do you remember? No. We'll tell you. If you're a patron,
why would you?
If you're one of our patrons, you'll get all of these recipes tomorrow. If you are simply watching on the Facebooks, then you will get one of them.
And thank you for watching.
Yes. If you would like to be a patron, what do you have to do, folks?
Go to Patreon. Patreon.com/Velveteen Lounge. I'll drop it.
And you'll find us, and you will find various ways to help support us. Levels starting at $5 a month. We would like to come up with a function where people might just be able to put something in the tip jar. If you're thinking, oh, I'd like to, you know, duke you a few just because, but I can't support you every month. I understand. You know, that's you know these. It's not like everybody out there has this like freewheeling bank account. I don't. So.
But anyway.
But it would be nice to be able to have that option available. And we have a number of our patrons watching right now, and we thank you very much for the support on a monthly basis.
So this was 2 ounces of Reposado tequila, a half ounce Grand Marnier, half ounce white chocolate liqueur. I used Trader Vic's. 3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon juice, and 3 dashes of ginger bitters. I gotta get some ice.
Please.
Oh, hello, John.
Hello, John.
And thank you.
Oh, you talk about the records back here? This is we back to our standard cocktail selection.
Yes.
I love the cocktail covers because that's one of those collections that you do if you're really interested in the covers, and there are so many of them.
And I think we haven't had those
really huge number of cocktail covers out there.
We haven't had those covers out since before Halloween.
Ah, that sound.
All right.
And certainly you can see behind us
with ice and strained into a cocktail glass.
The excellent Martini Time, Art Van Dam, and Manhattan Time, Art Van Dam. Oh, it's like, what a great sequel right there. I was so
excited to get that.
Don't you wish that there was a Sidecar Time? And
Sidecar Time.
There is a Mai Tai Time.
I'm going to use
It's right there.
Because you didn't.
But that's Eddie Lund, as a matter of fact. I really like the Art Van Dams, and I recommend them.
Damn it.
What did you forget?
I forgot the edible glitter.
Oh! You know what? Give it a toss right now.
Shake it in. All right.
Just give it a shake. Yep, it's looking good. White edible glitter.
Edible glitter, if you like. And I'm going to stir it so that you can see it. Well, hopefully you can see it.
Patron, not Patron. That's why I can't find it. You know, I kind of wish that we had an In with Patron. That's a completely reputable tequila.
Thank you. I got to stir it up. Pardon me.
Hard to do.
All right.
So mind if I do?
Stir stick. I'm going to swizzle this bad boy. I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, there are certainly changes over time to one's constitution that may make things different. Not that I ever could, but several drinks in a row in one night, not a good idea. Acid, stomach, not good. So we tend to keep it to like a reasonable amount. And here's a very important factor. This is my first drink of the night. And I also happen to have...
Oh, yeah, I get it, Lisa.
a large glass of water back here.
Yeah, I like it. Satellite. I'm enjoying it.
So this is variation, and you made 2 substantial changes. The base liquor alone would have made me go, okay, it's a different drink. But then you also have a change to the liqueur that's going in.
I used the Grand Marnier instead of the Blackberry.
So you actually have the tequila, the Grand Marnier, and lime juice?
Yes. Lemon
lime juice, okay. But your base still is sort of a margarita. Because you got 2 ounce base of the liquor?
Yes.
Okay. So you start with the margarita and add other flavors to it, and it becomes something with some fun flavor notes.
And it's really different.
I like that, yeah.
Which it sounds like a big duh, because...
Yeah, but... And despite the fact that you added some of this, the chocolate liqueur, which is really the sort of thing you'd find in a dessert drink, this is not a candy drink. It's not a desserty drink. It just happens to have that flavor note. I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh, Hugo, thank you. I would love to do the tip jar. I think you have to have more followers than we have to do the tip jar.
On these platforms, yeah, we would have to do that.
Ironically, they let huge creators put out a tip jar, but if you're little nobodies like we are,
if you're small creators
tip jar for you.
Who are building what you do. And,
but I will share Patreon, and no pressure, you guys. It's just if you're interested, and if you're not, just move along.
We've turned over a new year, and perhaps people have different circumstances and would be happy to support.
But if you can't, we love you just the same. We love you just the same. The fact is,
we are doing these broadcasts, and you showed up, and you're getting all of this right here, right now. So that remains. And if you who think, yeah, I'd like to support that, hey, I appreciate that. That's how it is. This is the soft sell.
If you can't or don't want to, we love you just the same.
This is the soft sell for this particular broadcast.
Exactly.
We'll drop the advertisement once, and there we go.
All right, one more
platform. And one more platform, and boom, boom, boom.
And I'm getting used to checking 3 different places.
You know something? As long as you know they're there, that's fine. That's
right.
Good.
Okay.
Would love to go live on Instagram as well, just because, hey, another platform.
I know, right?
I think everybody here is familiar with Instagram. It does some different things, but there's plenty of video happening there too. So,
yes, if you're on Instagram and you're following us or not following us or whatever, like, let us know, because I like to follow people. So
glad to see what you're doing. When you have a project, you're working on a particular thing, drop the link below. We support what people are doing. We're all creating things these days. I'm glad to hear what you're happening. Laurice, I think, is still with us. Has new episodes continuously.
Twitch. Hi, Doug. Hello, Doug. Twitch.
Oh, yeah. TikTok, anybody? Oh, boy.
TikTok.
So many platforms. One of these days, we'll do something on MySpace again, and people will say, what? That's still alive?
I'm not on TikTok. I don't know. Are you guys on TikTok?
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
Thank you, Lisa.
And Errol.
It's a great comment. Having paid
Abra! Oh, you're a retro mod girl. Oh my God. Thank you for putting that together for me.
Excellent. Something, having paid our cable bill recently, I think you're right. I'm not trying to stroke the ego. I just think that we try to give you like a good solid 90 minutes anyway of entertainment. And I think a lot of these things that come out of there are just like, whatever. Whatever, who cares?
We try.
We try.
Oh, I got an idea to float.
Oh, there's a fun idea. Girl. Oh, Laurice is still here. Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Laurice, drop a link to your page. So anybody here who is not already familiar with Laurice's Kitchen, which produces yummy things. Boy, do we wish we lived next door to Laurice so we could be like the food, drink, 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Wow. We'd be pairing things every week. It would be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Because we don't really have the focus right now to do food that way. But we do food still. But Laurice is hitting it hard.
16mm really film and a shipping chain.
Now you're talking.
And no commercials. Hi, Marty.
Film chain.
Hey.
And no commercials.
Oh my gosh.
To boot. Now, Marty was working with some Blackberry Brandy this week, as I recall. You just worked with some Blackberry liqueur. There we go. Same flavor profile. I might just need to do that myself.
Valentine's kick. Well, Laurice, you gave me the perfect opening for my thought.
Hello. What do you think?
I think I mentioned this to Paul today, and I think you pretended you didn't hear me. But
I don't think so at all.
My birthday is on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if we should just Do a live party.
I didn't downgrade that one bit. I think that's a fine idea. What do you think, folks? Would you like to see a live party?
Would you attend my live birthday
here,
party?
Right now?
It is Valentine's Day.
The Velveteen Lounge. This one's birthday. The big V day. The big V. You know, we're still not at full capacity with restaurants. So it's not like you can go places. Maybe we could host something, and we might even post a preliminary menu so you could get a few things together and join us. I remember we did that.
Oh my gosh, Janice is going to start doing some cooking videos on YouTube. Give us the link, please. Yeah.
When you start doing that sort of thing, drop it here. Let us know. Glad to see.
Please do.
Glad to see. YouTube is still the home of a ton of DIY and instructional videos.
Oh, so Dave says party. Julie says party. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Please.
The last time we did a live daytime video, it was like, wow, I think we went through how many bottles of champagne? Oh boy.
That was a brunch video,
brunch.
which was a lot of fun. I would do it again.
It was a lot of fun.
We could do it again for birthday, and that would be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll do it. February 14th.
Okay.
All right.
You're hearing it here. Let's make things happen. Oh, excellent.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
excellent.
Marty. Yeah, the Blackberry Brandy Sidecar. Yeah.
Yeah. Big fun.
Yeah.
That's a great variation. A sidecar is a very simple thing. And here's the word to the wise. Most sidecar recipes out there, I have a couple books over here. I'm going to take a look at them right now and see what it says about this. What goes into the sidecar according to this book. And I bet that this is not the way I make it.
I bet it's
Sidecars.
not.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Julie and Lisa, I enjoyed the live brunch. Oh no, storm coming in. Good luck. Good luck, David.
This is not bad. So this is actually the newest Mr. Boston Guide, which has been heavily revised and edited. And it really has a lot of new stuff in it. And it's got a lot of legacy recipes that have really been there since day one. But they did do things like tighten up their Mai Tai. So now you're getting a real straight ahead Trader Rick Mai Tai. That's a good idea. I think their zombie has been sort of corresponded to what Don Beach used to do. Sidecar, ounce of cognac, ounce of triple sec, half ounce of fresh lemon juice. That's not bad, but I would still cut the triple sec in half. Like I'd actually do like 2 ounces of the cognac, half.
Yeah.
Now that is, and that's also in accordance with David Embry, that book. I think that he's onto something.
I feel like they do too much of the...
Too much of the others. But most sidecar recipes are 1-1-1. And that's way too much of the sour. And way too much of the sweet, too. Yep. So that's the thing. If you follow the proportions that I'm recommending and you put in your sweet stuff, I don't think you can go wrong.
Oh, okay. So I was asking, what is the difference between the regular Mr. Boston Guide and the deluxe version?
Really?
I honestly have no idea. Is there a non-deluxe version?
We have 3.
All right. He's going to go grab them. I kind of thought they were all deluxe. The ones we have, anyway.
Yeah. In order, here's the first guide we have. This is...
I could offer a thought, but I'll let you finish your sentence.
Actually, I'm going to go in reverse order here. Here's the last version revised that we have. 75th Anniversary Edition, Mr. Boston Official Bartender's Guide. It's pretty thick. Quite a bit thicker than the old ones used to be. And the actual date on this is given as 2012. Mm-hmm. It may have been revised since then, but chances are it hasn't changed too much. So the last one of these really got a very thorough reworking. And who was responsible for this? Edited by Jonathan Pogash and Rick Rogers. Pogash is pretty well known in cocktail circles. I think he took a fine-tooth comb on a lot of things. Yeah. Added a ton of contemporary recipes from a lot of bars. So it really looks like they've come right into the whole cocktail revival revolution thing in there. But it doesn't say deluxe. It just says Bartender's Guide. Still, it's about an inch thick. There's a lot going on in there. All right, so here's a version that is circa 1995, I believe. And it's calling itself Official Bartenders and Party Guide. And this was also substantially revised from when this was originally published. Has a lot of great stuff in it. Official. And I think...
It's supposed to be the unofficial Mr. Boston.
The 64th edition is dedicated to all of those professional and aspiring amateur mixologists throughout the world who seek the most authoritative, accurate, and complete source for perfect drinks.
Oh, perfect drinks.
Well, I like a perfect Manhattan myself. Pardon me. I like a perfect Manhattan myself. But, you know, this was really designed to be, like, it's a sort of encyclopedia of drinks. And it works very well for that purpose. I usually turn to Mr. Boston first. Interestingly enough, I frequently turn to our earliest Mr. B, which is the Official Bartender's Guide Deluxe. Oh, it's kind of interesting. This one is copyright 65, so this is that version of it.
There's a tape flag on the back of it.
There is a tape flag on the back of that, so I can flag some pages.
Remove that.
This was my parents' guide, probably bought by my mother or father, and we inherited it, of course. And I'd like to turn to this to see what was happening in the 60s with drinks.
They were a lot smaller.
Quite a bit, and they usually were smaller, too.
Spoiler alert.
The Mai Tai in here is there a Mai Tai in here? Let me see. That's a real measure here. When did that really become a thing? Because it's around that period where
Doug
suddenly
says
starts
he picked
appearing.
up the Dillard's Guide. It's thick. The problem is it's alphabetical and not by base spirit or classification. Yeah, you know, that can be, if you don't know what you're looking for, that can be a little confusing.
This does have a Mai Tai. It's not bad, even if it does have grenadine, but the rest of the ingredients are spot on. So, you know, back in that period of time, a Mai Tai frequently looked red for very specific reasons, and I can't really blame these folks. They got the other flavors right.
Wait, there's a picture of a goose.
There's a goose, yes. I don't know why.
It's
just there.
It says, what does it say under it?
Bourbon, blended rye, or Canadian. There's a drink that
Just a random picture of a goose.
Yeah, with whiskey. This version of the guide is alphabetical. Frankly, I like that. I want to find the drink, I look alphabetically. I want to find it by base liquor, I go to the index at the back.
All right.
That's how that's
But you don't know what you're looking
for. This has both.
For.
These others have been arranged the other way. This is by base spirit, and then it's alphabetical at the back.
Well, frankly, I like the ones that are alphabetical within the base spirit.
Of course they are. I like the ones that are...
but I'm talking about, like, we have some that have, you know, the base spirit, and then within the base spirit, the drinks are alphabetical.
Yeah, these two are. Definitely.
Okay, well, that's better than just the whole book being alphabetical. Because what if you don't know what you're looking for?
Then you go to the back of the book.
But if it's not arranged that way.
Wine drinks.
No, I understand, but I'm saying, but what if your book isn't arranged that way?
Well,
what if it's just alphabetical and then good luck?
Then it's a terrible bar guide.
That's what I'm saying.
But even this guide, because I happen to have, here's another good one, the Playboy bar guide. This is probably...
Like which one? Don't we have like 4 Playboy bar guides?
They're all the same base book, but this was the big revised version of the book. This is alphabetical in the back in the index.
Oh, Dillard's does not have an index. That's ridiculous.
Well, that's ridiculous. Well, there's a couple of vintage bar guides we have that don't, too. And they're just, it's not very friendly that way. You've got to have some sort of indexing in order to figure out what's there.
Right. Well, I think that's what he's saying. That's kind of ridiculous.
Very silly.
Yeah, use the index. Right? And if there's no index, then good luck.
Yeah, you're screwed. That's what it is.
Yes.
All right. Let me see if I can find the thing I was thinking of making. Back over here.
I'm thinking of making another.
Oh, yes. Well, let me make something first because it's,
well, of course.
It should be time for that. And I need to get some hot tea. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Be right back.
This issue must be why I have a hard time finding recipes. Satellite.
Good night, Jen.
Yeah, good night, Jen.
Thanks for joining us. We're really happy to have you here.
Wait, I gotta go back to this. This is funny. David says, my 1972 Mr. B has a picture of a gun by the Mai Tai recipe.
That's interesting.
I know.
Here's the 65 version. I can check out what's by the Mai Tai.
The Savoy cocktail book has no index, but I still love it. Aww.
The 1965 version.
I don't think we have that one.
Also has a picture of a gun.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder why.
Interesting enough. Well, it's full of clip art.
No, I know, but
that's like
I feel like a Mai Tai would have, I don't know, a palm tree or
real
something.
like 18th century pistol they've got there.
Okay. Yeah, pointless with no index. Sadly, I'm totally there with you.
Totally screwed.
I'm just
thinking.
thinking.
You have to actually find a way to be able to crunch these numbers.
Why would you have a pistol by the Mai Tai?
I tell you one thing for sure: if you're making Mai Tais, put your pistol in the locker.
A palm tree, a rum keg. I'm just thinking of like clip art that I've seen.
Yeah, So many things you could possibly do. And there are rum kegs in that same book. How about that?
An orange.
Clipper ships, that kind of stuff. Savoy cocktail book, no index. Yeah, kind of a pain. It's very readable. I think it's designed to be just this sort of narrative, but ultimately, if you're trying to find a drink.
Lisa's asking, is the gun and cocktail a Bond reference? I feel like that gun predates Bond.
No. Well, that actual gun, yes.
That actual, yeah. It was really like a picture of I don't know, like I want to say Civil War.
A flintlock
pistol or something.
Depicting.
It was really,
pretty really revolutionary era.
Yeah.
Like you need to have like a burning fuse on there in order to ignite the gun. That kind of thing.
So weird. The Playboy bar guy is the only Playboy I can leave on the coffee table. Aw. Next to the latest Java's Bachelor Pad magazine. Oh. I feel like we should share Java's Bachelor Pad magazine too. As long as we're sharing links. Errol says you and your gun should never be loaded at the same time. Words to live by, and I mean live. BachelorPadMagazine.com. I gotta share it. Paul and I each have articles in there this time. Let me make sure I typed that right. I did type that right. Oh, look at me. Okay. Let me see if I can type it 3 times. BachelorPadMagazine.com. Waiting to see if that worked. The suspense is killing me. All right, well, I'll come back to that. All right, BachelorPadMagazine.com. What you doing in there?
Making my tea.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Articles. Does it have the warm Manhattan? What drink did you do for the current? Oh, I think the current Bachelor Pad. I think Paul made Mrs.
I think it's Mrs. Santa.
Mrs. Santa. Yeah. Was it Mrs. Claus?
I think it was Mrs. Claus.
We have it in the inbox.
Yeah.
If you want to go see what you actually
take a look and see what we did. I think it's Mrs. Claus because that's the winter issue. And that was delivered like at the beginning of December.
Yes, we have articles in there, Doug.
I was drafted to cover for Dr. Bamboo for a few months. I'm glad to do so. He writes excellent little treatises with some classic drinks and some that are originals. And we came up with some fun little things for the whole thing. And there's some fantastic art that goes along with it. So
I have another party planning article in there. Now, did you make a hot tea just because you wanted tea, or
no?
Are you making a drink
along
with it?
This.
Oh, okay,
absolutely.
He just said he was in the kitchen heating up tea. I was like,
It's called the snowshoe.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we have this prepped to.
We do. Okay. Let me get back to it. All right.
So this is something I found, in fact, in the Playboy Bar Guide. The actual copyright on this version of the Bar Guide is. Good question.
1970s.
2003. So this is when this one was done. It's undoubtedly been republished since then and revised.
Looks like it was because I was looking at a 70s date.
Yeah. We have paperbacks of the original version. They're much smaller. This one got a lot of stuff added to it. And I like the fact that it's a large format paperback. And Dig actually has a little bookmark added to it, which is great. So you could actually find what you're looking for. The snowshoe, I don't know, where in the world this originates, but it looked kind of fun. And I thought, hot drinks. It's cold outside for most of the Northeast, so we got to do something about that. This starts out with a mug of hot black tea. And this, interestingly enough, sounds like it's designed to be a Scandinavian drink because it involves akavit.
Oh my gosh.
How about that?
Do we have akavit?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
who even knew?
Ounce of akavit.
Okay.
Okay.
In your mug of hot tea.
Mug of hot tea.
This is going to be weird.
Yeah, interesting. Akavit is really no more than infused vodka, but so is gin at the end of the day. It's infused with caraway, so it has a very particular flavor profile. I happen to like this stuff a lot.
It needs a hi-fi article, more rat talk. Oh, maybe you should write that.
Well, look at the Playboy issues of Playboy from the 60s and 70s. It really, 50s through the 70s were heavy on the hi-fi. And then it was just like this,
I agree with you. There does need to be a hi-fi section.
These pictures of these big silver-faced Marantz and black-faced Sansui units. I'm talking like it was black on the front, not blackface. And it's just like, it's just equipment porn. That's what it is, end of the day. Half ounce of the Blackberry liqueur.
No comment.
Well, people talk about food porn, and when you take a look at the pictures that are being published up on the various services, particularly Instagram, it's like, yeah.
Whew. All right.
Okay. And what else goes into there? Okay. Oh, a stick of cinnamon. It calls for a slice of lemon. I don't have that. I'm going to add a dash of lemon juice just to get... Oh, wait. It's lemon juice. There we go.
The other one's lemon juice.
The other one's lemon juice. Here we go. And I think that'll balance out the sweet stuff nicely. And let's find ourselves a cinnamon stick. That one looks good. Give it a bit of a stir and drop it in.
Stir in a mug.
And here we have a nice hot drink, which is actually fairly low. This only has 1 ounce of the base liquor.
Doug is happy with his Marantz, even streaming digital music.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The only actual...
Hi, Jessica.
Only actual piece of Marantz gear we have in here is a CD4 demodulator for quad records. It's a great little unit. I'd like the actual receiver to pair it with, but that's a pipe dream right now.
Oh my gosh. Lisa says, my mom used to make bathtub gin. She doesn't drink anymore and denies making gin, but my dad said she did.
She did. Oh, she did it.
I love that.
You can all make gin, you know, if you get yourself a good base grain alcohol. And it really only needs to be about 80 or 90 proof. And then you get yourself some botanicals, you can infuse those things. It doesn't need to be bathtub.
Bill says they purchased their Playboy bar guide back in the early 70s when we became members of the Playboy Club. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Fantastic. Now here's something that you may know because you attended the club. But we don't know anybody
it's weird.
Who was a member of the club at the present time. I think all the clubs are closed now, but back in the 70s they were a thing. They would give you a drink with a stir stick, and it was a Playboy stir stick. We've seen these in black and white. Apparently there were more colors, and that corresponded to how many drinks you had had. That's a pretty clever system. So I assume that most people that we have picked up secondhand stir sticks from only had a couple drinks at the Playboy Club. But maybe you can confirm that, Bill. That's an interesting thing.
Dano says we absolutely use the term hi-fi porn.
Oh, seriously?
No, Lisa's mom just turned 86.
Oh, power.
I love it. Hi, Cynthia. You are not late. You are right on time.
Right on time. You're here. Yeah, and Dan, of course, was working with, I believe, Mark Levinson, if I'm not mistaken. Now, that's a highly reputable brand of your solid-state hi-fi. Or I like to call it semiconductor hi-fi. Solid-state is a pretty meaningless term, I think.
Oh, boy. He just threw down.
No, I mean, it's just like, what's solid-state?
I'll go crack that beer.
Solid-state versus what, anyway,
Watch you discuss.
It involves semiconductors. There are those who insist it has to have, like, tubes or valves. And I think, yeah, whatever. If you make it properly, it's good stuff,
Oh, Janice has some.
London accent.
Oh, my gosh.
How about that?
Last time I drank gin, I'll go with a London dry accent. Oh, my gosh. That was, I wasn't in love with it. It's not your recipe, so I can say that. I'm not going to worry about hurting his feelings. It was okay.
That's okay.
I would finish it if it was served to me, but
it's one of these things that is, it's sort of a hot punch. That's all it is. The base for a lot of great punches out there is lemon juice and tea. So you make a lemon tea, and then you put a shot in it, and they put some liquor in it, and away you go. This is actually a very simple sort of formula. It's not very high proof. If you're outside and it's cold and somebody hands you a mug of hot stuff like this, you would say, I'm very happy. But you could also have, like, say, Glühwein, you know, which is an infused wine, or a mulled wine, or a mulled cider, or wassail. There are a lot of ways to go there with the hot drinks, interestingly enough. And there's also, there are hot eggnogs. You know, there's ways to go. It's cold outside, you need hot drinks.
I'm still not sure how I feel about hot eggnog.
We've had it. It's not the first place I would turn. We've also had extremely alcoholic eggnog, which was like very thick and had 151. And I thought, whoa, that's a good punch to the gut.
Discrete semiconductor.
Discrete semis. Yep. You know.
It says, yes, sky high hi-fi. Oh my gosh. Say that 5 times.
It was not cheap stuff, but really, really well done. Really well done.
Janice has some stir sticks
Casino.
from Latin Casino. Oh, wow. Man. You're like semiconductors. I see, you guys can all discuss this.
Look.
I'm just like, la, la, la.
At the end of the day,
la, la,
among the
la.
earliest semiconductors is galena. That's like lead oxide. And that was used in crystal radios around 1906. Some of the earliest devices out there doing radio were using semiconductors. And then along comes vacuum tubes. You know, is there anything magic about vacuum tubes? Not if it's done poorly. If it's done well, it's good stuff. But I've heard a hell of a lot of solid state stuff, semiconductor stuff that sounds perfectly fine. So I'm not particular.
I'm just catching up.
Please.
Sorry.
Please, if you would.
Don't mind me.
We can have the whole discussion about what is superior.
You can discuss semiconductors.
There are people out there who will insist that, like, you know, oh, LPs sound better than CDs. Still, I mean, who buys CDs anymore? Who the hell cares? With these things, as with the drinks, use the highest quality ingredients you have, the highest quality equipment you have, and you'll get better results. That much is true.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Joe.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. Not so on Tom and Jerry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait.
So, Tom and Jerry is a very specific thing. You really can't batch it up in a bowl, as far as I know.
Which is weird, because we have a Tom and Jerry bowl.
Yeah, we have a Tom and Jerry bowl. It's weird.
Anyway.
Basically, you're supposed to just have the mix, and it's like a tablespoon of that, and then add the rest of the ingredients, and away you go. It's a type of nog at the end of the day.
Dano says they did a lot of hot button rum this winter.
Oh, that's
which I can get behind.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battered drinks make no sense to Amy. Me either. We went to a party where a friend was doing Tom and Jerry's, and it just seemed like a ton of work for a party.
But we did them at a party, and it wasn't that much work, and they were very good.
Well, normally we do eggnog, and we're just like, here, help yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, bye. You know,
make the bowl of eggnog.
Make a bowl, yeah, and you can have it without alcohol, or we put out
we make it plain.
The brandy and the bourbon and the rum.
And we have 2 bottles
like,
next to it.
Go to town, do you?
You can dose it up any which way you like. You know, straight up, it's a nice, rich drink for winter because it's cold outside. You got to actually like fortify yourself.
You just made me think of Santa on the float in Miracle on the 34th Street.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Man's got to do something.
Man's got to do something. Anyway.
You're drunk, you know. Get rid of that, Santa. I will say that Trader Vic makes it easy. You can buy the Tom and Jerry batter mix pre-done, and you can just like tablespoon of that, put the rest of it together, and away it goes. It is like a heavy, like milkshake style drink, basically, and you just have to respect that. And if it's not, if that, generally speaking, is not your thing, you're not going to like any of them. But if you could work with that, you know, you might be able to enjoy that. I think that it takes a little work to make it work, but it's not that much.
I feel like heavy drinks like that are like a meal replacement.
Yeah.
I can't have heavy drinks like that and still eat food.
It's like going for a burger and a shake. I think I have the shake. I don't care for the burger.
Right.
Vice versa. And I know that's a classic, but you know.
You have the shake and take the burger home.
Yeah. But, you know, we try all sorts of things around here. I tried this one out. I was looking for drinks inside the classic books because I like to have a little help sometimes.
Winter
I'm like,
drinks.
What's a winter drink? And this one's a snowshoe. I'm like, okay, let's try that out. It's not bad. You could vary this up very many ways. If you didn't add the lemon juice, you could add a slice of lemon. That's what was recommended. Yeah. If you didn't add the blackberry, you could add something like blackcurrant flavor. That would work perfectly fine. Slightly heavier. You could add other berry liqueurs in there. I think that would work fine too. You could add orange. It would, like a really hearty orange, like the Marnier, I think would work perfectly fine. There's a lot of things. But if your base is tea and a little bit of lemon, you can go a lot of ways. You know? And that's a real classic, that's a very 18th century idea.
I have an idea.
If
you don't mind.
I don't mind getting rid of it because, it's done, it's done.
All right. I have an idea.
What style of glass?
We have a Tom and Cherry mix in our bar. Yep. Okay, let's see.
Is it time to Cynthia?
I did.
Okay, very good.
I did.
Yep.
Okay.
What size glass do you need?
I think a champagne flute.
Coming your way.
I'm going to attempt to make a lighter drink. We'll see how I do. Thank you. All right. And then this dude I put in here.
Here we go.
Okay. So, you know what? I would like to shake it.
Okay. So you need a shaker?
The recipe calls for sugar as well. You know, so many drinks that call for sugar, we leave it out. But
if you're thinking, actually, I'd like the sweetness,
then by all means.
Then by all means.
Follow the recipe.
But contemporarily, a lot of guides say just use simple syrup. And again, that's just 1-to-1 sugar and water, and you just got hot water and mix the sugar in and bottle it. And that's it.
Trying to find the guy. It's so confusing.
Yep.
Now I'm just thinking, like, so many drinks call for a bunch of liqueur and simple syrup, and that's too sweet for me, but that's what the recipe calls for, so do it if you like.
You can take some of these things with not a grain of salt, but a grain of history and think, when does this recipe date from? And if it's something from Jerry Thomas, he was dealing with 100 proof liquor. You're dealing with 80 proof liquor. His liquor probably needed a little more sweetness to temper it up a bit. So that's a big difference right there. Even 90 proof is quite a bit more than what's coming in your average bottle. So if you see something that's like, gee, that's a lot of sweet, what is it expecting? If this is something from the 20s where you might have had 90 proof stuff, 100 proof stuff, you have to think about that. Obviously in the 20s in the States, you had nothing because nobody drank. Yeah, right.
Thinking.
Pretty good.
Thinking.
Think about what you need to do.
Thinking.
We'll enjoy this in the meantime. There's a lot to be said about punches in the winter and nogs in the winter. Nogs, of course, are quite heavy, and they're designed, basically you're supposed to have one of those and go out and shovel the walk, you know, a little fortification. But the punch is just supposed to ward off the cold. All
right. I know what I'm going to do, and I'm totally going off my idea, so this might suck.
Some dark Jamaican rum.
You saw me write that. You want to start with dark Jamaican rum.
I can help you out there.
Ordinarily, we keep Caruba around, but the pandemic has forced us to not have Caruba.
It's curbed our supply because we need to travel for it, and actually one of the reasons for us to travel is no longer there. So we have to come up with other excuses.
So 1 ounce dark Jamaican rum.
We found a very good price on the Myers, and I happen to like Myers a lot. So
this is going to be a very murky drink.
Hello.
Because I'm also going to use the Blackberry liqueur. Half ounce Blackberry liqueur. Thank you. I'm going to write that down. All right. Half ounce Blackberry liqueur. And I'm on the lemon tonight for some reason, but I think I'm going to do a half ounce of lemon juice.
Lemon juice, okay.
All right.
These juices are all fresh squeezed because they will taste better. If you don't have fresh squeezed and you use the bottled version, I recommend using a really high quality bottled version. There are some really good ones on the market.
You just made me think of the line from Christmas Vacation when Cousin Eddie asks if the Christmas tree is real, and Clark says, "Yep, dug it out of the ground myself." With the citrus, I'm like, yep, juiced it all myself.
Juiced all myself. I'm thinking of the other line where he's like, you don't mind me asking, this is a high quality piece of furniture there. If you don't mind me asking how much it costs.
How much it set you back.
Yep.
All right. I am going to use a half ounce of coconut syrup.
Oh, you just made that today.
I did. So, to make coconut syrup, all you do is boil 1.5 cups of water with 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then you add 3/4 of a cup of shredded coconut, let it sit on the stovetop for several hours with the heat off. And then after several hours have passed, just bottle it. Strain it and bottle it.
Strain it and bottle. Yes.
Strain and bottle.
You can probably let that sit overnight
wow, look
too.
at that. There's like a big blob in there.
That is the heavy fats from the coconut. That's what it is.
Fat.
Coconut fat.
Yep. All right.
Okay, so that's all you're putting in there?
Yep. Well, not quite, but you'll see. So we're going to shake that with ice. I'm going to strain that into my champagne flute. And I'm going to leave a little tiny space at the top.
Oh, flips. Yeah, that's a whole category of things.
Oh, yeah.
A whole egg in cocktails. There's a number of cocktails that use an egg white. And then there is the same cocktail with an egg yolk. And it's like one of these is a silver, one of them is a royal, that kind of thing. And then there are a lot of cocktails that have a whole egg in them. And those are usually named flips. Again, a very hearty kind of drink. Oh boy. So, strain into a champagne flute. And we're going to top with a splash of ginger ale, which is in the fridge right behind you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm going to top with a splash of ginger ale, which hopefully won't spray all over me. Look, it didn't. Ultra fine for Brazilian drinks. When I lived with a Brazilian citizen, actually he had dual citizenship. And you know what? He always used that very coarse sugar, what we would call demerara, or raw sugar. And if you're making a caipirinha, you actually have the lime halves, and then you put the sugar in, and you get a pestle, and you just grind it. And then it just all starts to dissolve. But really what you're doing is expressing a lot of the oil from the lime. So that's what that's all about. Toss in 2 ounces of your cachaça. Bang, caipirinha. Beautiful. Garnish with a lemon peel. Oh, that's good. Oh, try this. I would love to try that. Amy, I have not tried coconut syrup with coconut water. You could do a coconut pulp. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think coconut water would work. I don't think that's enough coconut flavor. Right. Honestly. It's actually a good product to use in drinks. I mean, gin and coconut water is a song. Hi, Diana. Oh, that's really happy. Isn't that good? Yeah. I can make one for you. When we see you for a chance to throw out arrowheads, use a cousin quote. I'm saying, it's a good quality item. Mind if I ask how much it set you back? I might be able to rehabilitate that thing. I'm thinking, not Eddie, that's actually destined for the furnace. That's the end of that. Oh my God. Oh, do you find the coconut syrup has a light profile? Yes, we do. It is a little lighter. Interestingly enough, here's the thing. The coconut syrup sits and the coconut, the fatty elements in that start to separate, and then you get like a solid that forms on the top of it. You don't really find that in the coconut milk because it's been emulsified, like the sweetened stuff. And you wouldn't find that in coconut milk because that's just an expressed water product. So, but the coconut milk tends to be heavier in a drink. Hello. That's an interesting thing there. Hey. Hello, how do you, crazy kid, yourself? Hot stuff coming through. I think that worked well. Okay, I just got to add the ginger ale. I'm actually really glad to have a big cup of tea in the middle of all of this. And it wasn't, it's not that heavy, that drink. Yep, well, I don't know what to say to that. Yeah. Good things come good. Fun things all around. We've actually had some good drinks tonight. I'm trying to think if there's something else I have on my menu that I'd like to make. I think I set up one other, and I'm questioning whether I want to make it, which probably means I shouldn't. If you're questioning, you probably shouldn't, but let us know. Probably shouldn't. Now we're all curious. Yeah, now we're all curious, aren't we? I was looking in the supermarket today for coconut pulp, frozen coconut pulp. Yeah. Like in the freezer section by La Fay, or there's, La Fay, Goya. I'm trying to think of like
There's a third company too. And I would do equal parts of the pulp and simple syrup. But the store I was in didn't have it. So I did the whole shredded coconut thing and it was fine. But yeah.
Oh, what do you know?
Oh my gosh!
Sneaky deek!
Oh my gosh!
What's in your shaker tonight, sir?
I'm dying to know what's in your shaker tonight.
You've been doing some really interesting things.
Makes some incredible.
There's a man who makes a mean Mai Tai and zombie on demand. And I've seen some really great things pop up on the Facebook from time to time that you've been mixing up.
Yes.
And the glassware. The vintage RCA glassware. All the hi-fi nuts here.
My God.
Hello. It's crazy stuff.
That's true. Oh my gosh. If you could post a picture, not tonight, if you're busy, but some night, if you could post a picture of the RCA glass.
The RCA eyeballs. Wow.
We have a lot of people here who would be really excited to see that.
This is too much.
Yes.
Oh, good nods to Snowfall by Ramsey Lewis. That's awesome.
Aww.
Awesome. My opinion of that song is that there's no bad version of it. No. And there are some great vocal versions. I believe Tony Bennett will deliver you some good cheer on that one.
Tiki Deek is here as him.
Hey!
Yay!
But yeah, those chimneys with the vacuum tube logo on them. Boy, what I like I said of those. Those are really cool. A lot of fun. And you can serve some really classic drinks in them.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. I mean, the zombie existed in a period with a lot of different drinks that size that were really great drinks. I believe Jeff Berry has told you about a lot of those. And then there's just some great highballs that are fun to have. Definitely.
Oh, Janice, you would die if you saw these glasses.
Oh, man.
So cool.
Oh, man.
So cool.
The actual Tiki Deek bar itself is a great vintage piece. And you've got that Whitco map in back of you. Oh, man.
So good.
We did a broadcast from there, I think 2 years ago, was it? Before we were headed to Asbury Park.
I think it was 3. Maybe
it was 3. Yeah, hard to say.
2.5?
Yeah, 2.5 anyway.
Oh my gosh!
But that was
Time flies.
A lot of fun, and I was glad to restore the hi-fi component of the bar, and I believe it is still running well, despite certain hiccups along the way, because that happens. Vintage pieces do that. But
oh my gosh! Well, we have I'm about to throw down. I feel like you threw down earlier. Mm-hmm. We have a huge behemoth piece in our dining room that doesn't work, that we found on the street. Mm-hmm. What would you even call it?
I would call that a radiogram. Back in the day, it's a radio, it's a gramophone. It's one of those, like, it's not a gargantuan unit. It's not like one of those Zenith things that had a television and an open rail player and a turntable. It just has a radio.
Tori Ann, hello.
It has a radio, and it's got a phonograph. That's about it. A couple of speakers. It does shortwave too, because it's a German make. And it's a really cool little piece. I think that originally it sounded okay, but if you put better speakers in it, it would sound a lot better. So.
Yes, Snowfall by Tony Bennett is great.
Please.
So anyway.
Renee Fleming.
We found this on the street. We found this piece on the street. And I totally admit I was the one who was like, stop, we have to pick it up.
I was going to mine it for tubes. I could admit it. But she said.
I was like, no, we got to bring it home. It's so cool.
Put it in the car.
But it doesn't work. And the longer it sits here not working, I'm like, we got to make it work. We got to make it work. We got to make it work. So
I've been fixing a lot of other things, including the Chiac open roll player, including the Lafayette 8-track player.
The Lafayette 8-track player, because that's important.
Yeah, it is, as a matter of fact. And the fixed a cassette player.
Sorry for laughing.
For Joe, and he's enjoying it right now. And he was
That's all good. That's all good. Joe, I'm for that, but
put a new stylus on the turntable.
The 8-track player, because that was important.
Well, we have a lot of software after all.
Because we have a lot of things on 8-track that we couldn't listen to on Spotify.
We have a few.
All right, if you say so.
Well, any of the quad 8s are not on Spotify. God. I guarantee you.
Because we spend so much time around here sitting around listening to 8-tracks in quad.
I'll make it a point of playing more of them.
Okay, good. Wait. You gotta go back.
Oh, yeah. Stop the car.
Oh my gosh.
We've heard a lot of stories about
Joe's
that
enjoying
sort of
his cassette player. See, that does my heart good.
I figured, I was just thinking, for God's sake, you had a great turntable, a kick-ass amplifier, a good pair of speakers. It's like you need a cassette player because you have so many cassettes. You've got to be able to play what you have. And you have a lot of media. You've got some classic albums from your father and from you. Wow. And various sources. And you keep finding things, you know? It's a lot of it is pretty cheap.
Capacitors. I feel like capacitor is a word I always look for in the New York Times spelling bee puzzle every day. When I wake up at 6 in the morning and can't sleep, I do the New York Times spelling bee puzzle. Mm-hmm. And it has all these weird words like capacitor.
Capacitor, resistor, etc. There we go. Well, this is a very good principle. I'm not going to tell you how to repair your vintage electronics, but if your transformer hasn't been cooked, check the power supply section and replace the consumables, and you'll that's your first stage to make the rest of it work.
Mining for tubes sounds like what Errol does.
You know, if the piece is kind of crapped, if it's just like you're well past it, then just get the good parts out of it.
Oh, Aubrey, you do that too? Oh my gosh, that's what I do when I can't sleep. The spelling bee puzzle. If I can't get the pentagram, I can't sleep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I tell you.
Man, it's very rare that I can't get the panagram, but if I can't, it will keep me awake.
Oh, Dennis is transferring audio checks of Steve Allen's show.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh man.
Wow.
That's very cool. I have a 2 or 3 open reel tapes that, who got those to me?
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. If I had not recently finished restoring a shadow box and a Welby clock, I doubt my Christmas decorations would still be up. Wow. I don't know what you said, but I'm impressed.
Yeah, well, that's very cool. I'm just responding to Dennis on this one that, like, I have a friend who actually, like, found on eBay a couple of open reel tapes of shows featuring music by Wilbur Hatch. You'll see his name on the end of I Love Lucy episodes. He was an orchestra director, and he was in a ton of stuff. So there's all these things where he was director of, and somebody had put together hours worth of material on tape. Mm-hmm. He didn't have any way to play them. I did. So I transferred them to him, got him all the files. I own the tapes. This is some classic stuff. If you're interested, let's talk. The music needs to be shared.
Oh my gosh.
That's the idea.
All right, but you guys got to do this, because I feel like you say things like this and it never goes anywhere. So
you know, life is busy, but I'm trying to actually fit these things in at the end of my day. A couple hours here and there and make things happen. We need to be able to spread these things around, particularly now that we're all home, and we should be home. And I don't have a drink,
we're for sure
so
home.
Gee, that's just oversight.
So
I'm just saying.
Love Steve Allen. I started reading an autobiography by Steve Allen, and I have no idea how many he had. It might have been a lot. He lived a long time, but
some people have published 3 or 4 autobios in their entire life.
But
as life changes,
I was reading one about him, and I didn't get very far, but I did get to the part where they were going to Hawaii, because I guess if you got cast in a guest starring role on Hawaii Five-0, you got a free trip to Hawaii.
Hello.
For you and whoever you wanted. So I was like, I would want to get on Hawaii Five-0.
Good casting call, I got to say.
Yeah, make a drink.
Woohoo!
Yes, Wilbur Hatch. Oh my gosh.
They're really cool. Some of these are sort of radio plays, and some of them are strictly music shows. They're a lot of fun.
I think that's like Wilbur Hatch. That's like I Love Lucy.
Yes, Wilbur Hatch was the music director on the show.
Did you already say that?
I did, but that's okay. You can repeat it. You can repeat it. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Let's just text them.
Take a look at that. Such things.
Text.
Maybe we can drop them in the thing. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I do have a thing for RCA too. I mean, they innovated so many things. I wasn't listening. I know their major domo was like a real sort of dictator back in the day, but made some things happen. Sometimes you kind of need to do that sort of thing to make things happen. And they were a major label for a while and produced great sound. So many good things on RCA, gotta say. And that receiver you've got is very unique and sounds great.
Steve wrote too many books. Oh my God.
But definitely.
Eating of Minds is excellent. Oh, okay. Oh, I love this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was notorious
5,000 songs.
Being in the Guinness Book for writing like a gazillion songs, but like, what do you know besides this could be the start of something big? And yeah, you know, quantity is not necessarily the thing. Do you want to have some fun? Go to YouTube and search up the Steve Allen Show from the 60s and the appearance by Blue Cheer.
Oh, no.
Somebody's got that on audio. There's unfortunately no video kicking around yet. And
what?
That's just hilarious.
Oh.
It's unbelievable that, like, you know, these guys have nothing to do with Steve Allen music and they're on his show. And he's just like, what the hell is this? So that is a lot of fun. And then, of course, you can also search up the Steve Allen Show featuring Jack Kerouac.
Oh, I was like, Toady Fields?
No,
about?
That does exist on video. It's from 1959 in color. And it's got Kerouac and Steve O playing piano. Oh, man. Boom.
Paul's like a roll. I think so. I think so.
Yeah. Sarnoff was, there are words for him that I will not repeat on the air. Ultimately, as much of a blowhard as he was, certain things definitely happened because, you know, if you were going to make television happen in the 30s, you had to invest way too much money doing it and basically go broke. But he was willing to do it, and it did happen. And he screwed a few people over on that. Oh, man. Too many stories. But it did happen. In 1939, you could spend the price of 2 cars and buy a television set and see things. Wow. A lot of fun. It did happen.
I believe you. You gotta make a drink.
Yeah, gotta make a drink.
And of course, the Foster Brooks appear.
Ah, we got a Foster Brooks. Oh, I would tell you the time that I... You know, you can't do drunk humor anymore. It's considered in bad taste, but watch some Foster Brooks stuff on YouTube. It's kind of hilarious. I can say that. We want a Brew show.
A Brew show?
A booze show is what I said. I'm trying to find something to make here.
Oh, I thought you had an idea.
What I called up, I don't want to make. Maybe in the future. I don't know.
Why don't you want to make it?
I don't think it'll be very good.
Oh, well, then let's not make it. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, okay. You need a little something.
I need a little something.
What would you like?
I'm looking at the ingredients we have back here. I kind of like the shape of your glass, and I kind of thinking about what might go in there. So let's start with the glassware. Boom.
Grab a flute.
Grab it.
All right.
Do you happen to have a sock for that?
I think I'm gonna take one from.
We can do that.
We'll just cannibalize one.
Oh,
from
sure.
Some dirty dish.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Some dirty dish.
They're all
that
fun.
might be the name of this drink. Some dirty dish.
Yeah, and Chinese chop suey. It's just like whatever miscellaneous
Wait a minute,
scraps.
Janet says my father-in-law and grandfather worked at RCA in Camden, New Jersey. Wait, what?
I think
wait.
You need to talk.
Deke and Janice, you got to talk.
I believe your father worked in parts, Deke, in Harrison.
Hello. You guys need to talk.
Camden, Harrison, like 2 big parts distributors right there. Bang.
Oh my gosh.
Radio towers.
You two need to talk.
If he was around at the correct time, he was working on television too, around 1931. That's fun.
You guys have to talk. All right. Whew. All right.
Yep. And back in the day, if you weren't working for an electronics company with these things, you didn't have access, you could always buy a kit. By a company like named Ico or Heath and build your own, and wow. Now that was fun.
All right. So you're having.
I am having. I like when somebody dictates to me.
All right. I am dictating. All right. You're having.
Wait for it.
It just.
Pardon me. We'll get there.
All right. You're having. I want to say vodka.
Having whatever.
Oh, shut up. All right. Vodka.
Wow. Vodka again.
An ounce of vodka.
Are you sure? What else could this be?
Well, if you don't want vodka, don't have it, but...
Would this be good with dark rum?
probably know, but if you have dark rum, I will use something else than what I was thinking.
What about gin? I think we have gin back here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, fine. If you want gin, do gin.
Only because I had a vodka drink earlier. I'm just switching it up. Ounce?
All right, an ounce
there we go.
Of gin.
Using bootlegger, which is in fact 90 proof, so I'm respecting that, and we're using 1 ounce.
Yes. So.
Here we go.
Do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's go for the blackberry. Do a half-ounce blackberry.
Half-ounce blackberry. Okay, Marie Brizard again, entirely reputable brand.
Fun fact, if you accidentally type 0.5 ounce and you don't make a space, it looks like you said 50 ounces.
50 ounces of blackberry brandy. Wow.
No, that's way too much.
Actually, less liquor.
All right. So, half-ounce lemon juice.
Lemon is right here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. We mix live on the air for you folks, so you don't have to.
All right.
If it's terrible, we'll tell you about it. But I bet it won't be. Stir, 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 stir,
Let's
stir.
do 3 dashes of Angostura bitters.
Angostura, orange or straight?
Straight.
There we go. The regular Angostura. I'm going to add an ice cube because so far none of this is cold. If you kept your ingredients cold, you wouldn't need the ice cube.
I would shake it, but you just made it right in the flute.
I built-in flute.
And then chilled ginger ale.
I'm just going to swirl this for a while to get this a little colder. And I can always remove the ice cube so I don't get ice melt. So far it sounds quite good.
We'll find out.
Yep.
We'll all find out together.
It's got a real French 75 aroma happening because of the gin.
It's sort of a cross between a Kir Royale and a French 75.
That's a fun thing. And we happen to have the ginger ale right here, which is still cold.
That's enough. Stop.
Oh, there we go.
Stop.
Stop it.
Stop it.
There we go. I will, in fact, give it a stir.
Stop it. Oh, okay, good. Vodka is Woodford. Oh my gosh. Back when you joined a company for a career that didn't call you team members. Oh my gosh.
Fun stuff.
You guys need to connect.
Electronic components. Oh, yeah. Clark and Harrison.
Wow. Oh
yeah, you had to move around because RCA was selling huge numbers of components.
Amy likes gin better than vodka.
Many people do. Many people do. And some people are like, no gin. Hey, to each his own, I guess. To each his own.
All right. This was my idea, so.
You had a good idea. But definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's fun.
Okay. Interesting. I'm definitely getting the bitters in that. And the gin. Maybe because we used a good gin.
They complement each other very well,
yep.
I think. And actually,
I love that.
A slightly higher proof gin is not a bad idea with this
it.
drink because I had a decent fill of the ginger ale. You could do that with bubbly. I think it would work really well. Sparkling cider, like a really dry cider, I think would work really well. So, but definitely. Yeah, back in the day, RCA was selling all sorts of components. A lot of picture tubes, frankly. They really innovated with television. There's that. Vacuum tubes, of course. Nuvistors, which were these tiny little vacuum tubes that were designed to compete with transistors. And they did for a while. And then, of course, transistors. Really from like the original big chunky things and then eventually integrated circuits. And then it's just all over the place.
How do you know this?
I read.
I read too, but I don't know this. What?
You don't read those trade journals, you know?
I really don't.
These
I so don't.
But parts was huge. It was just, RCA had a ton of diagrams out there for people to use. All those Fender guitar amps back in the 50s.
Oh my gosh, Dennis is saying we've been to the Sarnoff Museum. No, we have not.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Oh my God.
That sounds like fun.
Oh my gosh, Satellite ran out of bubbly head from the store. I would do that.
Smart gal there.
Thank God we have a liquor store in walking distance.
I kind of feel like we need to hit the Sarnoff Museum and Edison, New Jersey for the Edison Museum. Yeah. I think there's some fun things going on.
Can we just all get a vaccine so we can do this?
And would love to actually take a side trip to the Zeppelin hangar, also in New Jersey.
Yes. Exactly.
So big fun things happening here. We've run the gamut with winter drinks. We've run the gamut. Actually, we only had one rum drink. We've run the gamut with some tall drinks in flutes, which actually work very much like all of the other tall drinks. This is very 75-esque.
Wait, do you consider this a tall drink? This is a flute drink.
Well, it's a flute. It's
not a highball.
Taller. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll check that out. And we've had a hot drink.
Oh my gosh, we're so Googling.
We're going to check that out. See what's going on. He was nothing if not a little narcissistic, so he would definitely want to leave a big legacy. And there's a certain amount of fiction in his background, but there's a certain amount of business savvy which made things happen. I will respect Sarnoff for that, even if he was kind of an SOB. At the end of the day, certain characters within that realm need to be celebrated a little more, like Mr. Armstrong, and certain characters need to be celebrated a little less.
I actually know who he's talking about.
Yeah. But Sarnoff is at the center of that and was instrumental in making radio, as we know, happen. So that's to be actually respected.
We are still standing.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Well, we kept it We're not doing 151 drinks. That's a good way to end up prone pretty quickly. And we've had some fun things that are just kind of light, regular sort of things.
We have.
Looking really good.
Yeah. I know. Is it time? Are you calling it?
Perhaps it's about that time. We've had a
great
broadcast.
We're coming up on 2 hours.
Oh, boy. Another great winter episode here.
If he does say so.
Yeah. We do it, and we do it for you because.
But please, save the date, February 14th, Valentine's Day, also my birthday.
Oh, that's coming up.
I'm going to do a live video.
That is a mere month off.
Live birthday party.
Hello.
So, if you can make it, I would love to have you at my birthday party. I don't normally have a birthday party. I've always been afraid to have a birthday party in the past because I'm like, there's going to be a blizzard, no one will show up, I will have emotional issues. This year, it's going to be, well, I was going to say Zoom, but we're not going to do Zoom. We're going to do Facebook and YouTube. Right here. So,
we're all broadcasting. If you can join us, you don't have to actually travel anywhere.
That's
Comfort of your own home, you can join us.
So
it's
please,
fantastic.
hi Ed.
Hey Ed. Chin chin indeed.
Oh my gosh.
I like that comment back here. 151 equals horizontality.
Yes.
Well, you know that old cliche, well, 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, well, 151, 2 151s.
Good night, Bill.
Bomb.
I was thinking of I love a martini, one at the most. No, I love a martini. Okay, wait, I'm going to get...
Not saying anything. Waiting.
I love a martini, 2 at the most. 3 I'm under the table. 4 I'm under my host.
Woo! Well, there's a classic.
Just finish this out with some Dorothy Parker. Chase Surfing Reverb. Oh my gosh. Velveteen Farnsworth from Utah invented CRT in his basement or garage.
Anybody out there a big fan of the Weird Al movie UHF? The character,
yes.
Character named Philo.
Philo!
Definitely named for Philo Farnsworth.
Oh my God.
Farnsworth came up with how to create an image.
Good night, Cynthia.
But his CRT, his actual iconograph was terrible. Zworykin came up with a great iconograph, but his CRT was terrible. So you put those two together, you got television.
Oh my God.
And RCA was too SOB to just say, we'll pay you the patent fees. So Farnsworth gets buried. That's really unfortunate.
Oh my gosh.
Woohoo!
Oh my gosh. You guys, if you can make it to my birthday soiree, it'll be so much fun. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Errol has a suggestion for the next show. Don't do it.
Don't do it. I love an intro like that. Let's talk antenna theory. I think when we talk the regular VLK episodes, like Uncle Sid needs to get out there and talk to you about electronics. So anyway, kids, here's how you're going to get better reception from your antenna. You want better AM? String up a piece of wire that's a mile long. Boom! There you go. You can pick up Buffalo, New York.
Oh my God. Buffalo, New York.
I actually put up a piece of wire in the backyard that was all of about, 3 meters long, and I picked a buffalo. So it's actually not that hard after hours.
All right.
On AM.
So February 14th, we will be live next Wednesday. So we're not going to be live.
We'll be here.
We're not going to be live next week, but that's a Sunday, February 14th. Yes. Sunday.
Yes. Hello. Another
live birthday party.
Another fine weekend day. I guess we'll probably go live a little earlier and maybe do some sort of brunch drinks for you. Perhaps have some brunch specialties. I might be persuaded to do a little Eggs Benedict, which I happen to enjoy. Got her interested right there.
It's my birthday.
Hello. Crustaceans may be featured.
I'll be having a birthday party for the first time since I was about 7.
Hello. I think it's a good idea.
Where else would we? Oh, you're so sweet.
Thank you.
UHF, I love you. I might put on UHF right now.
UHF is just awesome. Great little piece.
We own UHF, and I might just put it on right now.
I might just take it away. Oh yeah, distant radio stations. DXing. Figuring it out. Next Wednesday equals a new president. Oh, hello. The chief executive changes up. Well, there's a pretty good idea too. Every 4 years or so.
We are going live next week.
Perhaps there's another celebration in the works. We'll see how these things go, folks. And of course, everything has its season, everything has its time. Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, Dennis, we got those glasses last year too. The Trader Vic's Valentine's glasses, we got them. And then immediately the world shut down. So they're in my Valentine's Day box that I haven't looked at since.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, I know where they are, so I know where to find them when we need to break them out. Not break them, break them out.
Johnny, we miss you and we love you. And
seriously.
I hope you're well.
Yeah.
Because
you we know.
Yes.
And I hope you've seen some fun things tonight. I know that you have some fun things of your own.
So
drop them here.
Johnny.
We will see you next week for... Oh, I don't know. We'll come up with a good theme. We'll see you on the 14th for this one's birthday party. That's a Sunday.
But we'll be back next Wednesday.
For the next several Wednesdays, we will continue to do what we do.
Oh, my battery's dying. Perfect timing.
I basically guess it's about that time.
Gosh.
My.
So, we love you. Thank you for being here. You're making our pandemic a heck of a lot easier to swallow.
This is a two-way street. Having you here makes this all enjoyable.
Yes.
Seriously. If we can give you a few good drink ideas and formulas, maybe some crazy ideas to try, that's just part of the fun, And people drop things in here, too. We saw some great drink formulas dropped in.
Yes.
And if you are doing a project, drop it in. If you can support us on Patreon, thank you so much.
And if you can't, we love you anyway.
You're here. We're here with you.
But anyway, it means a lot to us that you're here.
It does.
So, thank you. And in the meantime, we will